Alright, so while doing the autoclave video, I thought I would make a quick little tutorial here on how I do my bauxite recipe, my bauxite setup. So first thing you're going to need when you're making bauxite is going to be sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide. They are basically made in an electrolyzer with water and either salt or rock salt, and that'll give you your sodium or potassium hydroxide. Usually I use salt and get sodium hydroxide as it has a use as well in other places. But for this one, we're just going to be looking at it for bauxite. So if you look at the uses here for the sodium hydroxide, you will see 2 bauxite, 3 sodium hydroxide with a bunch of steam will give you 4 sodium aluminate, 50% chance at tiny refined ilmenite and rutile. And then your sodium aluminate will need to come to a bath with water or distilled water, which will be broken down into aluminum hydroxide, 7 of them for the 4 that you got from the autoclave, and then sodium hydroxide that comes out of it, and that's the same amount that you put in to make the sodium aluminate. So therefore you can do a loop. Now the water is not loopable, as you do not get the same amount of water out that you need for the bath. You'll see that the bath needs 6 liters of water, where when you create it, you are only going to get 2,100 liters. So you're only going to get about half the water out that you're going to need to make this a complete loop. So what I do is I take my distilled water out the back here, send it out to my distilled water tank for the rest of the factory, and then I pipe in regular water to the bath, because it does not matter if it's regular water or distilled water. Now the sodium hydroxide here, or potassium hydroxide, is a complete loop. So my items come in. This is where the bauxite will come in through, is this pipe. It will go in here. The sodium aluminate will come out the side along with the rutile and the ilmenite. And then that pipe is ran around through the back here, which comes into the bath here on the left, with a chest down here for the ilmenite and rutile. Those cannot go into the bath, so they will automatically go into that chest. I will then hook a hopper up to this chest and send that on through the regular processing. Basically, it'll just get sent back to the shredder and be taken care of. You don't need any filters or anything this way, because the bath will only take in what it is allowed to take in, and the ilmenite and the rutile are not something that can be processed in there. Then on the output, you have the aluminum hydroxide, which comes out. The sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide can go in the autoclave. So since this is a shorter distance here, it will go in there, where this pipe actually runs over and up into here, which is a smelter that is used to break the aluminum hydroxide down into alumina, which is then output into this chest, and that will also be sent off to the shredder to then be turned into dust, put on the mineral wall with the rest, and brought over to this electrolyzer for making aluminum. So that is our basic setup there for processing bauxite down to alumina. If you guys are having any issue with getting rutile for titanium, this is a decent way of doing it if you can't find the actual ore vein. Even if you can, aluminum is used for a lot of things. So processing a bunch of bauxite is good for both aluminum and a bit of rutile. If you have any questions on this setup, let me know. And I will see you guys later. Have a great day.